Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be always acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. This morning I'd like to talk briefly on the theme, the call to be and to do. The call to be and to do. As a people created by God, we should not always seek the pathway that has been trodden by everyone else, but rather we should, in our own way, follow God's direction and open new pathways so that another generation and a younger generation may walk that way. Now, all of my life I've been involved in trash talk. Now, if you've been a sheltered person and probably lived in suburbia all your life, you wouldn't know anything about ghetto trash talk. And if you've been a sanctified Christian all your life, you wouldn't understand it either. But many of us have lived in a little circle, and we learn how to engage in trash talk. Now, I know that you don't know anything about trash talk, do you? Well, let's see. What does it sound like? Oh, yes. Whatever he or she can do, I can do it better. If anybody looks at me too long with a mean look, I'll mess them up. Don't mess with me, I'm full foolish. Don't get the ladies started. Honey child, if I want to, I can take her man from her by snapping my fingers. He'll come running, seeking my attention and my affection. Or he. I know I'm bad. All the ladies want me. The fact is, nobody's even looking at them. Or girl, I called you-know-who up and told her if she don't get off my case, I'll send her to the devil's kitchen. It goes on and on and on. But you know, there's also Christian trash talk. Those of us who are in church look at and say, I wish they'd just stop making up all those tales and all this falsehood. But you know, as Christians, we too have our own trash talk. And we just had that song, my God is a mighty God. I'll stand by him, he'll stand by me. Or, when I get in trouble and things go wrong in my life, I just let go and let God. And then when things get rough, then let go of everything, including God himself. Well, you know, I was saved when I was a child. I've been changed ever since. But nobody's ever noticed a change. They're still as hellish as ever. And get on your nerves. Or I have faith in my God, and when something goes wrong in my life, I pray to him. And then when something goes wrong, we forget to pray. Establishing a right relationship with God demands two things. First of all, just be. Don't have to pretend. God will accept you as you are. Don't have to get cleaned up. Don't have to trash talk. Just have to believe and do. In the book of Genesis 28, 10, 17, read in your hearing, we find Jacob having leave Beersheba, he heads to Haran. He reached to a place, the sun is setting, he's tired, he takes a stone, He lays his head on it and he goes to sleep. While asleep, he had a dream. There was a ladder set up on earth with its top reaching into heaven, and angels descending and ascending. God stands by him and says to him, Jacob, wake up. I will give you this land. I'll give it to your offsprings. You shall spread the word and your family and your beliefs abroad. The west and to the east, and to the north and to the south, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed by you. Very tricky. Watch the word. It didn't say, I, God, am going to bless the families of the world, but through you, Jacob, you are going to be my messenger. You are going to do the blessing. Because I'm going to stand by you. Wherever you go, I'll go. And then I'll bring you back to this land, your inheritance. And I will keep doing that until I fulfill my promise to you. Jacob woke up and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. This is the gate of heaven. Not up there when we die, but here and now. We stand at the threshold with God by our side. And we are to be and to do His will, not in the world to come, but now. Today we celebrate the feast of St. Michael's and all angels. And the name is, who is like God? In the book of Daniel, 2 times he's referred to as one of the chief prince, or the great prince. He is often shown carrying a sword and a scale of justice. In the apocryphal book of Adam and Eve, it is indicated that he did the following things. He kept watch over Adam and Eve when God expulsed them from the Garden of Eden. He was the one that went to Sarah and told her, you're going to have a son in her old age. He was probably the one who went to Isaac and said to him, he was the one who went to Abraham and said to him, don't kill your son, Isaac. We have a sacrifice in the bushes for you. Every day, each moment of the day, the archangels and all the angels are standing by, watching over us, guiding and directing and protecting us. Someone said he always wondered what the voice of the angels sounded like, and concluded that the voice of the angels were lovely voices. But they always carried a message. They always carried a message. He did some research, went through the Bible, and what he discovered was the angels are very talkative people, like human beings. That every time they either sing, they're singing a message, such as, he goes to Peter in jail and he says to Peter, rise quickly, Peter. He goes to Gideon and he says, arise and go in the might of the Lord. He goes to Elijah and he says, Elijah, arise and eat. And he goes to Joseph with a dream and he says, go quickly. He appears to Philip and he says, arise and go. And over again, the angels come to the shepherd and says to the shepherd, something great is happening in your neighborhood, not far from you. Go and see. Yes, they talk. But they're giving us a message. And it's always about rise, be, and do. Somebody trying to figure out, how is it that we as Christians are so small in our thinking? Why are we so afraid? Why is it we talk big and act small? Why is it we proclaim that we are the children of the great high king and we are his ears, and then we back off, we run and